It has finally arrived. Today's the day that we are heading to the Riding Club Festival. So we're about to load George up and trek all the way to Mullingar. I think it's going to be about 3.5 hours of a journey, maybe a little bit more, because we've got the box on. Also, how lovely is she looking? She's just back from getting some repair work done, and then I washed her yesterday. I'm absolutely buzzing for this. The last few years I've seen people's stories and posts and things about being at the Riding Club Festival, and it looks like the best fun. So I've just been having major FOMO and really wanting to be there. And last year myself and Rachel were like, right, we're going 100%, it's done. So this year I am going. Unfortunately, Rachel had a family wedding, so she wasn't able to come, but she's definitely going to be coming next year. And so it's just me and Keelan trekking up, and the dogs. We're bringing the dogs as well, and of course George. I was hoping that maybe, like when I originally planned to come to the show, I was hoping Theo would be able to come as well, but he's literally just, hello, he's literally just had a month off with an abscess in his hoof. Hi. One of the worst abscesses I've ever seen, and the vet said it was just very bad as well. The way it happened to him was very similar to what happens to cows, so it was a dirty one. I feel very bad for the creator, but he's getting a shoe on at the start of next week with sort of like a gel pad or something to protect the hole that's now in his hoof, and then he can go back out on grass and he can slowly come back into work. But the main man and the star of the show for today's video is baby George. George is coming with me to Mullingar. He's got a lovely dirty nose from his breakfast. He's looking very handsome. I clipped him myself. I should have probably gotten John to do it, but hello. Yeah, I clipped him myself, and it's not too bad. It just took me quite a while to do it, and he was so fidgety. But anyway, he's looking good. I'm about to do my last few bits of packing, and then I'm going to get on the road. I haven't ever taken George to a stay away show. He's been to a stay away clinic once, but never a show. So I'm sure he'll be fine. Once he has food, he settles really easily everywhere. But I'm a bit stressed just about forgetting something. There is a tack shop on site though, I'm pretty sure. So at least I can pick up something if I can't find it. I'll very quickly show you what I've packed. It's a bit messy and a bit disorganized, but I know where everything is, and that's all that matters. Alright, to start with, I'll just show you what I've got in the boot. It's pretty minimal because we're actually going to be sleeping in here, so we're going to put the seats down. I've got a blow up mattress here, and we're going to blow that up and put it in there, and I just need to throw in a duvet and pillows, and that's about it. So I'm going to do that when I'm passing the house. I've got all my clothes here. My show gear's hanging up over here. This has got tack cleaning stuff in it. And then I brought a lunge rope, my hat, my boots, my saddle. I don't know if you've seen this saddle. I had to get a new saddle, and CWD was the only thing that would kind of remotely fit him. So there's a saddle and a girth there. And then inside my lovely box, we have the majority of stuff, because obviously I don't want to have to take everything out of the boot when I get there. So in the box we have feed. There's enough feed in there to do him for all the time that we're going to be there. And hay, obviously, a feed bucket, bedding. They do provide bedding, but apparently it can be quite sparse, and he's really messy, so being able to give him a nice big bed means I can just scoop the poos out, and that will do him for the 2 days. And then in here, in my very dirty tack box, I have like saddle pads, boots, grooming bag, girth, bridle, all that jazz. Got a lovely big hay net up there for him. And then this side is obviously all nice and cleaned out, ready for him. I'm going to tie some of this stuff down in a minute just so it doesn't move around. But that's kind of the gist of it. I need to get his stable rug, but it's on him at the moment, and a water bucket. Load them in here, and then that's hopefully all my packing done. He's looking good. I did leave some questionable clipping lines down here. I think my blade was just getting a little bit dull. But it's fine. It's fine. No one will be looking at you up close. Beans, what are you doing in there? Get out of that bucket. Get out. Get out of there. Alrighty, let's head off. I've got a dog, I've got another dog, and I've got a horse, and we are ready to go. Keelan's following me up in his own car later on because he has to actually, excuse me, he has to actually stay at work until 5. I was meant to be working until 1, but I got to finish at 9, so it's currently 12:30 and we are about to leave. So let's see how long this takes. We're here. Woo woo! We have arrived. A bit stressed because I booked international stabling, so I followed the directions to the international stabling, got there and they were like, no, you're not here, you're in the main stables. And I paid the extra tenner for the bigger stable because I heard the main stables were really small, and I'm in a main stable anyway, which I know it's only a tenner, but like, it's just, I booked it for a reason. And I've heard of 3 other people who that's also happened to, so it looks like they booked more international stables than they had, and they just picked some of us and sent us back to main stables. I don't know. So anyway, I was driving around for a while, bit of a hoo-ha, and now George is in his lovely tiny stable and I've given him some hay and some water. I'm going to give him a little bit of time to settle because I have to take my box up to the field. So there's like a big field that you park in, like to camp. So I gotta go up there now, and then I'm going to come back down in a while and ride him, just give him a little mooch around the place. Maybe I'll trot in the canter and just see how he feels. Let him get to know the place. He's a bit tucked up because it ended up being a really long journey. It was like over 4 hours. I had to stop for a little 20-minute nap because I was literally falling asleep. It was all motorway. I got 4 hours sleep last night and I started work at 3 this morning. So the motorway was like monotonous and it was just sending me to sleep. So anyway, we're here now. That's all that matters. So cute. Don't want to bring my camera with me, and Keelan's not here to film, but I'll try and get some clips on my phone. Just literally going to give him a little wander around to get used to the place, because like I said earlier, he's very tucked up after the journey. Also, our mattresses that we got won't fit in the back of my car, so I have 2 blow up mattresses in there and only one fits, so we're gonna have to squeeze onto a single one. We had a little trot in the canter. He's feeling extremely fresh and just a bit nervous. I didn't think he'd be as kind of anxious as he is, but to be fair, it's huge. Like, it's just a way bigger crowd, way bigger atmosphere than he's used to, and it's not even show day yet, so it'll be interesting to see how he is tomorrow. We came for a little moochy wander around, but there's literally so many different arenas and so many different, I don't even know what. I'm going to try and show you guys around once I've been shown around, but yeah, there's way more here than I was expecting. So for people who want to see the stables, this is it. Like, he can just do tiny tight little circles in it, so I'm going to make sure to get him out for loads of hand walks and little hand grazes and stuff during the day over the next 2 days so he can stretch his legs. But he is fairly happy just eating away, and he's fairly relaxed, which is good because, like I said, he hasn't been to a stay away before, and he's got a lovely horse next to him that's a great jumper, so he can use him for advice. Can't you, George? I'm obsessed with this hat. It's a casque, and I think because I've got a really fat round head, it just suits me, and it's the most comfy hat I've ever worn. It fits me the best because my other hat was starting to make my head a bit sore, so I think it was like for the wrong head shape. It's almost 9 o'clock and I'm just making George's feed and dropping it up to him, putting on his rug, and then there's a quiz on that we're all going to go to. So I'll bring you along to show you that, because that's obviously something a little bit different. There's Keelan just arrived literally like 5 minutes ago, and he brought food, which is great because I'm starving. So we're going to eat that, feed George, go to the quiz. So he's got his evening feed. I'm going to give him some fresh water and put on his rug. Happy out, George? Definitely happy now you got food. Okay, we have the car all set up. The quiz is over. It's like, I don't know. Hi, Beans. It's like, oh, darkness. It's like 11:30. It's bedtime. Goodbye.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.
Just on my way down to the stables to sort George for the morning. I was already down with him a little bit earlier, but going down to give him more hay now and take off his rug. And there's already so much going on. There's showing classes in full swing. I'm going to bring you guys for a full tour after I've sorted George for the morning, because I don't know where anything is, so we can have a look around together. This field was completely empty yesterday and now it's starting to fill up. It's getting busy. Connie, George. Oh, you made that stable so dirty. Look at the state of that. Ew. Alright, we're back from George. I need to go and get my hat tagged, and I've also done a little outfit change. I'm still wearing the same leggings and socks that I slept in, but anyway, it's fine. I'm going to wear these until I get dressed for my round later. You're wearing the same clothes you slept in too, Keelan, don't call me that. But yeah, dogs are fed, so now it's time to go and have a good look around, figure out where everything is. We don't know where like the shower places and stuff, so I'm going to find all that out. Weather seems to be holding up okay. We had like a 10-second shower a while ago, but hopefully it will stay nice and sunny, not too hot, not too cold, Goldilocks temperature. Right, I know I'm not going to eat later because when I get close to riding I'm going to get nervous. I need to show you the arena that I'm riding. It's the only arena I've seen, and yeah, it's a lovely arena, but I feel like it's just kind of intimidating. Anyway, let's taste test this. I thought it was a couple of croissants, but it's actually just one giant one. I used to get these on holidays, like small ones with chocolate in the middle, but this one's cookies and cream, which I feel like could be kind of sweet. Smells the same as the chocolate ones. Look at the size of this. Look at the size of this. That's not bad. Very sweet, but not bad. So Georgia stable is just in this stable block here, and then we come up to the first of many very nice arenas. And then over there on the other side is another outdoor arena. I'll show you in a second. That is the one that we're riding in later. So this is the arena where I will be riding later. Dun dun dun! This is the grass arena, which I'm jumping in tomorrow, and I need to rob studs for because I couldn't find mine. And then this is the international arena, which they've split into dressage rings, which I will absolutely not be doing. And then over the very far side there, we'll go over in a second, there's showing and working hunter and things like that. So we'll go and have a nose at that now. Keelan is a dog dad. Dog dad moment. Look at them. So these are the showing rings. I think there's a ridden showing in these two, and then working hunter down the very bottom. And this is the working hunter ring. I'm wishing I did a working hunter, to be honest, but you live and you learn. We'll do it next year. Right, ready for my second ever plaiting attempt. We all saw how disastrously that went last time, but I've gotten some plaiting bands from Gloss Equine and a little comb, and I do have some thread if I feel like attempting to do that, but it's probably a bit complicated for my beginner plaiting skills, so we'll just see how it goes. And I do have this. I got sent in PR ages ago. It's the Leo Vet 5-star braiding gel, so maybe I'll use a bit of that as well. But I washed this mane a good few days ago so that it wouldn't be too slippy, so wish me luck. You wanted to see behind the scenes? This is the behind the scenes. Just got changed in my box, and look at the state of it. It's absolutely mangled with stuff, so messy. Ta-da! I have my plaits done. They're awful, like they're so bad. Some of them are even flying out earlier, so I'm probably going to have to throw some more in, but what can you do? I'm never going to be a plaiting bean. I'm a bit nervous now, and I just want to get on with the job. Waiting around doesn't suit me at all. So yeah, I'm going to hand over to cameraman Keelan for the afternoon. Oh god, okay, let's watch these back. I haven't really looked at these in that much detail. So he warmed up really well, he felt really confident, and I didn't think I had to worry too much about the first fence, and he literally demolished it. So I gave him a little smack on the shoulder here before fence 2 and kind of said, wake up now, come on, let's get moving. And he felt okay, like he was backing off the fences, but he was still going. It was like his first round last time. It's just when he goes to a new venue, he goes so green in the arena for the first time, and I don't know how to get him out of that, because he's obviously going to have to keep going to new places. So you can see he's lucky, but he's going. I was a little concerned about the double. It was a really long one, so I ended up getting 2 in there. It was either push for 1 or hold for 2 and hope he'd get over it, and we just ended up holding for 2 because I was afraid he'd jam on the brakes at the second part otherwise. This again was a bit of a funny distance. You either went for a slightly long one or a slightly short one. It wasn't exact, and I should have pushed for a long one, but instead I held, and we had that down. And this double, so many people had this double down. It was the smallest 2 fences on the course, and the green pole on top, it was like they just didn't see it or something until the last minute. So many horses just kicked that out, like they didn't see the pole at all. That turn to 10 was also very tight, but I wasn't overly concerned about it because I knew he was good to get his changes. And then these 2 fences I was a little concerned about because he can sometimes be a bit funny jumping down along the railing, but he popped them fine. We ended up with 3 down, which is very unlike him, and obviously I wasn't very happy coming out of this round. We're done our first round. We lost some plaits and we lost some dignity. He had 3 fences down, and he's never had 3 fences down before. First one, he just literally fell over, and I was very surprised. Wasn't impressed with that one. Took the top bar on the front and the back, so it was a great start. And then he had 2 more verticals down. One of them was my fault, I got too close, and the other one was really, really small. First part of a double. He took that one too.
know if I can make it when I walk alone. If I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red lights. I don't know if I can make it when I walk alone. I'm not gonna lose myself. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight. Not gonna lose myself. And I wanna know, yeah, I wanna know. I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red lights. I could just stay the same or be winning the game. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight.
I came straight through the dirt, my sleeves pulled up and my head held high. No shirt, no shoes, but a beating heart, and I made sure that my tongue was tied. Try to shut up and just put up with all the lies they told. Guess this is what it's like when you grow up. I'm feeling old. Some say it's normal when you get formal. It comes with age, what a mistake. Cause when I was a kid I dreamt of something greater, like standing on a stage and hearing all those people shout my name. But now I'm hanging low and looking for someone to blame. So
I'm not gonna lose myself. I'll be standing high and I'll win the fight now.
We went clear! Much better in a second round, but I changed the way I was riding. Sorry, I met Neve and I got distracted. But yeah, I was just saying I rode way better basically. He went clear. I didn't even want to go in. I was pissy about the first round, about how I rode and how he felt. But we redeemed ourselves. That seems to be like a thing with us, that we do badly and then we redeem ourselves second time round. But very happy. Now I'm going to watch the rest of the team and we're actually going out for food later. Literally got the fright of my life when I looked into the stable and this was what was looking back at me. There's a musical ride. There's so many different classes on. So Turtle's all dolled up for his musical ride, whatever theme they're going for. I am so tired. What a day, honestly. I'm having a little beverage for myself and Keelan's gone to have a shower. I'm here with the doggies. There is a musical ride class on that we're going to go and have a look at, and then we are heading for dinner. Don't drop my drink. Heading for dinner with Neve and her boyfriend in town, which I'm really looking forward to because I'm so hungry, but I'm not going to eat anything now because it'll just ruin my dinner. So they're picking us up at 8 o'clock and I'm very excited for some good food. Overall, like, I am happy with my round and I'm really enjoying the experience of being here. There's literally every single possible colour, shape, size of horse, which is really nice to see them all out doing their jobs and enjoying themselves, and there's literally something for everyone here. But obviously I'm very competitive, so not having a good first round was annoying today, but he learned from it. He came out, he went clear the second round, so you can't ask for any more than that from him. I just need to really crack on with the training now. I think I need to set some goals for myself now for the summer, for little things to do and like an aim, because I work well when I have something to work towards. So that is the plan. I'll bring my other camera with me and get some footage of the musical ride, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last day. We're not planning on staying too late tomorrow. I'm just going to jump my class, which is on at like 11:30 to 12:30, and then probably head home because it's a 4-hour drive, so I'm not going to hang around for too long, but having a very good time. Forgot my feed bucket in his stable last night, so carrying his food down to His Majesty by hand. I'm actually quite tired now, feeling the long days, but I'm looking forward to jumping my class today. I'm not nervous, I'm just going to have a bit of fun with it. It's a top score, so I'll get him sorted and I'll explain a little bit more about what that is. Well, what I think that is. We've used this trip to teach Beans to walk on the lead, and he actually walks on the lead quite well now. He's kind of half strapped into Piggy, so she teaches him when he's being bold. Don't you, Piggy? But he actually does walk on the lead now. He has an obsession with stones, though. Plan is to be organised, so this absolute mess in here, gonna sort all that out now so that I'm ready to go after my class, and all I have to do is literally put in my like little box that I have outside the stable. That's a big box, and put George's travel gear on and load him up. So if everything else is ready, I won't be delayed, because this is too long a journey home and I don't want to be waiting until like 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock even to leave, and then not be home until like 8 or 9 in the evening. So I'm going to try and head away by 1, but we shall see. We're going watching Eva and Turtle in their working hunter, and Beans is so tired. He's never ever done as much walking in his life, so he's inside in Keelan's jacket, completely enclosed. Keelan looks like a pregnant man, and I'd say that's where he's going to stay until we go home. He's pooped, the poor boy, but he gets so much attention, so he's like getting rubbed by everyone, and he's been doing loads of walking on the lead, so he's literally just, I'd say he's going to sleep for a week. The weather has taken a turn. It is freezing. It's so cold. But we popped in to see Shirley from Top Spec, and she gave me a bag of vet spec dog food for the 2 dogs. We're going to use it for like treats for Beans because it's too big for him to eat like normal, but for his training and stuff I can use it. And I'm telling you, we gave them a little sample. 2 of them went absolutely feral. Shirley has the funniest video of them just sticking their heads into the bag like they wouldn't leave it go. Okay, the rain has arrived, but we're just going to have a bit of fun with this class. I've made my course. I'm just going to have a crack off it. If I knock everything, I knock everything. Fuck it. Who cares? Enjoy yourself. Alright, just to explain a little bit about this class, it's a top score. So basically you have to go through the start. That starts your time. I think it was around 60 seconds. You jump as many fences as you can in that time. You make up your own course, and each fence is worth different points. They ring the bell again then when your time is up, and you have 20 seconds to go through the finish and have a go off the joker. And if you don't get over the joker, it's like minus 200 points or something. I didn't look into it in that much detail. Let me tell you, George did not enjoy the grass, as you can see from that. Not really sure how we cleared that one. The minute I started cantering, I could just feel that he was so unsure of his feet and the ground underneath him. The warm-up was on sand, not on grass, so these were the first jumps he'd done on grass this year, and I will speak about this more later, but I didn't realise until like 2 days beforehand when they released the schedule that this class was going to be on grass, and you can't change around your entries or anything, so I was just stuck with that entry then. He has a stop here at this fence. He actually stops at it twice. When I came out of the ring, in my head I'd gotten him over this fence the third attempt, but Keelan was like, no Sam, you just moved on to another fence. But I think I just panicked because in my head I was like, I'm wasting my time, and can I carry on, or do I have to stop now? I don't know, because this was a completely different class to me. So in my head I think I just thought, okay, just crack on and jump a few more fences before you get out of the ring. As you can see, it was absolutely lashing rain, and just with the short grass on the hard ground and then the rain, it was just slippy. And he did have studs in, but he was just very tentative about where he was putting his feet, and he didn't trust himself to leave the ground. So I really had to work hard to get him over the jumps that I did jump. He does stop at the joker here, and I just left it. I didn't even bother representing and trying to jump it, because when he stops, you won't be able to see it in the video, but when he stops here, his whole body is shaking. I just gave him a little pat and I said, we'll leave it there. We're all done with our day 2 of jumping. It just wasn't a good weekend for us. It didn't go well. He had 3 stops. Two at one fence. Yeah, so it was on grass, and to be honest I probably wouldn't have entered it if I knew it was on grass, because it rained. Yeah, or I would have done prep for it to be, I would have done more prep for jumping on grass if I'd known. I didn't think it would be in there. And then it started raining, so the ground was hard and then the grass was wet and it was really slippy. I did put studs in, but he just felt really very unconfident, like he didn't trust the ground underneath him. So when I was asking him to canter on, when I was asking him to canter on, he didn't want to. And then there was like an oxer which he wouldn't really have stopped at normally, and he was having a little look at it, but normally like he'd get in a bit closer and kind of chip in and get out the way, just give himself more time. but I think he slipped just as he was coming into it, just slightly, and then he jammed on the brakes, and then he scared himself, then he stopped it the second time, and then we jumped it, but I didn't really know what was happening then. I didn't know if I could even keep jumping or not, because I didn't know the rules of the class. So I just kept jumping, and I came around to the joker, and he stopped at that too, and then I just said no. I was like, I don't want to ruin all the work I've done on getting his confidence up. So I left. I jumped 2 fences in the warm-up, he popped them, no problem. So that was it. It wasn't our weekend, wasn't a great weekend, but at least yesterday's second round was nice. And we can crack on now. I want to jump a lot more classes. I want to take him jumping on grass, schooling on grass. He was good to have at a stay away and everything, like he was very relaxed. Once he had food he was fine. He was a little tucked up when he came. As you can see, he's not tucked up now. So yeah, it was a long way to travel for what ended up being not a great weekend, but it was still a really cool experience, and at least I know a lot more about it for next year when I'm picking my classes and stuff, and I'll make sure I've done some grass practice with you, won't I? What are you doing? Can't nibble on me. I was also wearing my lovely sandstorm breeches today. They're now drowned. Anyway, we're going to pack up now and go home. We're going to go collect some treats from Shirley for you. Big bag. And then pack up and go home. I'm gasping. So yeah, long journey. Home now, George. You ready to go home? Yes. I still love you. I do. I still love you. You're still a good boy. You're just a bit of a baby. You take all your confidence from me. Alrighty, we are home. We had a minor delay on the way home because this little attachment piece, you know, that holds the door back, broke. So the door was literally, I could hear this weird noise, I didn't know what it was, and George, being very good, like, wasn't even reacting, but this was basically swinging around while we were driving down the motorway, so I had to pull over, and then the only way I could think to fix it at the time was to literally close both the back doors and then use the one clip to clip the one on the outside shut. So I had to travel him home with the back shut, which he isn't used to. Thankfully he was fine, because he's a very good boy, aren't you? But anyway, we're home. He's the best boy. It was just a learning curve of an event. I can't go out and expect to do brilliantly at things with him when we haven't really had enough training or anything this year. It was a good show. Like, it was a really good experience. I'm glad I went. I think I didn't really mentally prepare myself for how draining it was. I can't remember the last time I went to a stay away show where I was like multiple days of competing and I just wasn't mentally prepared. So I'm wrecked. And I think it was a great experience for George. It was worth going for the experience, even though obviously the results on paper aren't great. But I was just discussing with Keelan how I really want to knuckle down on my training now. Obviously I want to keep getting out to shows. I want to get out and compete on grass a little more so he gets used to it. But I want to really consistently have weekly lessons, because I did that for a good while with George last year and it makes the world of difference. So I want to put my money into training. And we were also just talking about Theo over here, because he is sound now again, finally. He really did have the worst drop I've ever seen. So we're going to bring him back into work. He's going to be just doing lunging and hacking for a month. Hopefully I can start taking them both to lessons then, and we'll just do loads of training and it'll be very beneficial to all of us. So that's the plan. I don't even know what footage I've gotten. This always happens to me. I try and film as much as I can, but I feel like I haven't filmed anything. So hopefully there's enough footage in there and it's a good vlog for you. I tried to show you behind the scenes and things of a stay away show. Obviously, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will be putting up vlogs weekly for the next while. I've got some planned out. So I've got some training vlogs. I've got a meet the horses video, because that's always very highly requested and I haven't gotten around to doing it yet. So plenty to come. Make sure you stay tuned and I will see you in the next video.